They've only gone and done it again. Liverpool FC have only gone and mugged themselves off again with a terrible performance away in the Champions League against Galatasaray. And look, I know Galatasaray, it's got this big, it's a hostile atmosphere. They're whistling for the entirety of the 90 minutes. It's incredibly annoying, but that's fine. They set off fireworks at the hotel. I said to my wife, I'm just going to say wife. I said to my wife, I'm like, and they set off fireworks at the hotel the night before. I mean, what sort of evil is that? And she's like, I believe that's under the Scallywag brand of evil. But also, they haven't won in the Champions League at home in 7 years. You know what I mean? This Osimhen, again, where's this guy keep popping up from? This guy's the bane of our European existence. Like, they were just well set up, and we were the opposite. And it just goes to show you that a good system will beat just a bunch of world-class players. And do you know what? If this was any other team but Liverpool, I'd be like, you see, buying new players isn't always the answer. We do it the right way. We improve players and we, get them into the team and we have a system and we can swap players in and out. This team looked like everything I don't want to be overreactionary, but everything I hate in modern football. Shiny new players put in, and it looked like an international team. You know what I mean? It looked like an underperforming international team where you have 11 great players on the pitch, but they're not gelling, they're not syncing, they're not, Kanate is looking worse by the week, directly responsible for Alisson's annual injury, giving the ball away. Gravenberch even played bad. I mean, things are bad when Gravenberch is playing bad. Van Dijk didn't even play that well. McAllister is getting back up to full fitness, to be fair. Ekitike, he's playing well. He's not really getting the service. Isak, I actually forgot he was on the pitch. Big Gak may as well not have been on the pitch. Maybe that's unfair. I don't know. You see, Frimpong was been played right wing. And look, I love Frimpong, but he's so tiny. How is he going to come up against these defenders if he's a right winger? I'm sure he played there for Leverkusen or wing back or whatever. But, and if I may say, this ref... Now, look, I used to think I was above slandering refs. But it's been a while, I said it on Twitter, it's been a while since I've seen this brand of ref that you get in Europe. Where, look, I know the Premier League refs are bad on a consistent basis. But these refs, where it's just 100% of the time, if a player pretends like he goes down injured, then the ref's like, oh, there was a few times where there was a coming together and the ref's like, nah, that's nothing, and then he looks back and sees the player still on the ground. Oh, Jesus! Just so gullible, and Galatasaray were absolute pricks for it as well. It was such a frustrating game of football. They slowed the game right down. The ball was barely in play the second half. And look, credit to them. They won. They had a game plan. They frustrated us. They have two lads gone down with cramp at the same time in injury time that the ref doesn't give extra injury time for. It's a tale as old as time. It was a bad performance. And the worrying thing is that we've not really had a great performance this season. We've not actually had a great performance this season. Very good in spells, but, we don't look as good as we looked last year. It's concerning that we're away to Chelsea now and we look, there's no one on the team yesterday who I thought looked good, except for maybe Alisson before his injury. Ekitike looked pretty good. Wirtz actually looked pretty good as well. But that's just, in terms of decent, not like world-class play. Everyone else, not so much. We just got to pick ourselves back up, eat more shit. Is there any more shit that we can pile onto the top of the outcome of this week? We just got to eat a second helping of shit sandwiches in the space of 4 days. So that's not going down well. But it's worrying. It's worrying that we're not playing well. And even not just our new players, but our older players, current players, are not playing well. Get Robertson in that team, in that first 11 immediately. And until Kirkes is putting in the sort of shifts in training where you're like, he's literally, I literally can't not pick him, then put him in. But until then, Robertson makes me feel way more secure. He's capable of picking out a good pass like he did with Chiesa and Ekitike. He's the vice captain, for God's sake. Yes, he's not quite the player he was a few years ago, but I still think he's given us way more than Kirk has. Toss up between Bradley and Frimpong at right back. I personally go with Bradley, and please can we just or Soboslai, I don't know, but you miss his running then when he's not in right back. I don't even know. I don't even have any answers. I'm just venting, to be honest, because that was such an incredibly frustrating game of football. And then we have injuries to Ekitike, to Allison. I mean, it was just a miserable night. But look, if you want to look on the positives, we're going the right way to avoid that first place curse, because as we famously know, whoever finishes first in the group stage gets the toughest game, and will face the inevitable winners. So if we don't finish first, then. But anyway, so look, we've still got our health. You know what? I'm just going to go because I don't even know what I'm saying today. Thanks for sticking with me in the car again, by the way. I'm sick of this car. I can't wait to get back to the studio. And I can't wait for Liverpool to start winning again. On the fucking mug scale for Liverpool, that's a solid 9. I will catch you at the end of the weekend after Chelsea away. Hopefully we put in a much, much improved performance. But anyway, it's the lads. We're in a bit of a hiccup, but I trust us to get out of it eventually. I thought we'd get out of it yesterday, so let's just get out of it at the weekend. I'm sorry, this video was like yesterday's performance in that it was a rambling, no structure mess. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching a bit of football content after Liverpool lost, because again, you're a better person than me. I wouldn't be doing it. But I will see you in a few days. Up the fucking Reds, and get it together, lads, yeah?